sitting around the table, we're talking about what we think our staff should do, and we haven't asked for that to come from our staff. What is feasible? What is doable? That to me is unconscionable. And we need that professional advice from them. And we did not hire the Director of Community Services to be out there taking the lead on this and doing EAs and every other step of this. I can see this taking up the entire workday, day after day after day. That's not what we've hired the Director of Community Services to do.
Councilor Russell.
Yeah, I like the fact that this is timely and we got to get on with it. I agree with Councilor Cook. I mean, we made a decision last week. We stopped. Now we got to start again. That's where we're at. In terms of this, I'm going to come up the middle on this. Not that I would ever do that before. I'm going to suggest that we send this to staff to play with. It's got to be, to me, we've got to add a few things. 2 municipalities would be the starting point. And sorry to disagree with you, Councilor Cook, or not Councilor Cook, Lonsdale, was when you brought this to us last Thursday, was it?
Yeah.
Last Thursday, you mentioned about the project manager and you commenting on the project manager members. Yeah. You'd said that. Well, I think you got the point, but I have to agree with what was just said over there. I think in terms of the project manager, yes, I always wanted a project manager on each of those different capital project things. This should have that as well. Engineer, to me, immediately, and just on top of all this, you know, it's timely. It's got to be done. I was just looking at the calendar here. We meet again on March 5th, correct? Is that the next time?
Councilor.
So all I'm thinking is timely is for us as next council meeting, unless we call a special one. Not that we haven't done that many times in the last month or anything, but the fact of the matter is I think that timeliness also has to be practical in terms of the other things that are going on. And I think this is a good starting point. If we could send this back to the staff to get their perspective on it. But I'm going to disagree with Councillor Illman on this one because I honestly believe that this is the time that we may have to get into operations for a short period of time. And it's because of the fact that maybe we don't have the horses. We may not, but let's hear from the staff in terms of this right now.
As for a flow chart.
A flow chart, times, whatever, because we have to get to somewhere quickly, whatever it's going to be.
We got to get paid.
Yeah, we got to get to somewhere.
Yeah, first I apologize for breaking our procedural bylaw 7.4 for speaking twice on the same issue. But I understand all the talking, I understand that we want to get together, and I understand we want to do things the way we have done it before, because that has been our pattern of habit. But this is an urgent issue in the long term. And I truly believe that action is the time now. So I will support this motion. I would like to have a roll call.
Mayor, speak to it.
If I could just speak to it before it moves on. I actually highly appreciate this motion, because I think we've seen in our interactions with South Huron and Blue Water that words are cheap, and they're looking for some action. And I don't think healing is going to come through words. I think healing is only going to come through us moving forward and showing a seriousness about what we have made a motion for with our municipality. And I think that there's a lot of things that we can do. I still look at the ad hoc committee as a wonderful role model for us. They took this overall mandate, which could be like this, and they broke it into something manageable, breaking the elephant into manageable pieces to eat, and then they started to work their plan. They did it. They didn't leave it to staff who are overloaded and worked too hard to make that strategy. The ad hoc committee did themselves, and it worked very effectively. I think what we can do in a very practical sense is to start to draw in experts. All these people with their experience, their expertise that could come to the table, discuss this or present their information in as convincing way as possible to this collection of 5 people or so. Start to just let them bring information to don't have to go out and get it, they can do all the work, they can synthesize it down into what the key elements are, and then we can start to move forward with making some decisions. Yes, we can be meeting with South Huron and Blue Water, but quite honestly, I think they're only going to start to trust us when they start to see us produce something that has a professionalism, that has a reasonability and feasibility to it, which we can move forward with. So that's my perspective, so I definitely agree with this motion.
Okay, I guess the motion is, did you make an amendment to it, or
I
to
think
take
a
it?
motion to make an amendment to it if we're gonna follow this motion. And this is it, okay.
Did you not motion it?
Are you, yeah, it's been moved and seconded, that this motion, so.
That's the motion. I'd make a friendly amendment that this immediately goes to staff for the inclusion of the two partners and how it fits into this, and report back to council on how the feasibility is applied over time.
Can I just speak to the friendly amendment?
Mhm.
This is not a surrogate prime municipal board. I want to make that clear. This is not a surrogate, this is an action task force, if you will, that is going to take a lead in gathering information. If the project manager thinks that we need to, there's 4 members of council, this is now a political football, whether we like it or not. It has not been handled well. And so we are going to make a decision, 9 of us. I'd like to see more information. I'd like to see options out there, not just one, so that when we do make that decision, we make an informed one and can say to people, this is what we based our decision-making on. So this is a task force. This is not going to take Brent's whole day. If it is, then there's something desperately wrong. We will come up with a game plan. This committee will come up with a game plan. We will respect his time. The CAO will absolutely have to have a say in that. He's the one that, but I'm telling you, under 227 and 229 of the Municipal Act, read it. This is our job. This is our job, to make decisions and staff follow. And we will be respectful of time, but I am telling you, this is a task force. So, Councillor Russell, I don't mind the staff report, but we've got to get on this. And every day that ticks off, we lose another opportunity for a service provider to come to us to say, I think I can do it for this amount of money. We have the template there, we fill in the blanks. If we talk to I'm sure we will have an engineer attached to this. But this is a task force. This is not replacing the Prime Minister. I want to make that very clear.
Councilwoman, have you got
No, so I get, help me understand this. So we've got a task force, and then are you making an amendment? This then goes to staff for a report, and comes back to us, John?
Well,
I'm
how
making
is
an
it-
amendment, if this is gonna go through, then I'm making an amendment that the staff have to be part of this to make this real. And part of real is the partners and putting timelines to it and whatever, and obviously, I think what Doug said a few minutes ago, this man's job is not to do this. His job is to be director of, community services, right?
So you're
I
asking-
think, I think it has to have some things that say directly to the 3 issues in my brain. So those are the 3: time, him, and the 2 municipalities. Gotta be included in there, in my brain, because whether it's a task force and we can get into all that stuff, the fact is it's timely, it's now. And we're gonna change, we're gonna break a few eggs to make this omelet. Fine, but let's do it and let's make sure that we include people in it. That goes back to your point about healing, right? You crossed the Rubicon last week. You did, and you did it well. We did it politely. We tried our best. We were trying to be gentlemen and ladies through this process, and that's very important. And I think if we're gonna go to the next step here, let's try to be gentlemen and ladies, and that includes everybody. The task force can go and work on its own, but I think it has to have its, we need to know where the task force is
Terms of
going.
reference.
Terms of reference, okay, whatever they
Need
want
a
to call it.
work plan in terms of.
Work plan, terms of reference, I don't care.
Okay.
So
I
this
want the
motion
funnel.
directs staff to do a work plan. That's what your amendment is, to have a work plan brought back at March 5th? No?
I just say March 5th.
But as part of this task force.
Who was next?
Hi, Barbara.
Councillor Scott.
Thank you. We had Dino sit here in a public meeting. I don't remember his last name, so I can't say Mr. whichever. Mr. R, I think it was. Anyway, we had this gentleman sit here. And he told us that in order for us to keep that money, there were a number of things that we had to do. He was very clear on that.